Hi, my name is Estevan Santana, and I graduated in 2014 from the Biomedical Sciences graduate program at Ohio State. And I'm here today to share with you a little bit about my experience while at Ohio State and what I've been up to since I graduated. I am currently a senior manager in state government affairs at Genentech, which is a pharmaceutical manufacturer. And specifically, I focus on state policy issues. And what that means is I analyze state legislation, proposed state regulation from all 50 states, and look at those to see if they're going to have an impact on Genentech's business practices, the ability to do research in that state, and whether or not those laws and regulations are going to affect patients' ability to access medicine. This career path has interested me for a while now, and it started because I would always hear and think myself, who came up with that law, whatever law it is? Who thought that that policy would be a good idea, or that law makes no sense? And it really sparked in me an interest in wanting to know how the sausage was made and be a part of that process. And importantly, I wanted a seat at the table. I wanted to be able to provide input, analysis, talk directly or indirectly with the decision makers themselves as they were considering what proposed laws or regulations that they should pass. I love my job. It is fast-paced environment where I get to interact with a ton of folks every day, both internally and externally to the company. And like I said, I have had opportunities and currently an opportunity to interact directly or indirectly with those decision makers who are thinking about passing any laws or regulations. So how did I get here? My time at Ohio State was very special to me. I truly had a supportive environment that allowed me to explore my interests while completing my graduate studies. I had a supportive mentor, supportive department chair, and a supportive program director allowed me to explore my interests and even facilitated introductions to key individuals that guided and advised me along my career trajectory. My mentor provided me opportunities to participate in activities outside of the lab, including science outreach, mentoring, and even student government while I was at Ohio State. After I completed my graduate studies, I went on to participate in two different science policy fellowships aimed at getting PhD scientists into policy work, which proved instrumental in gaining that on-the-job training needed to be successful. But I will share that's not the only way to get into a policy field if you're interested. So why Ohio State and why BSGP specifically? Two major draws were Ohio State has a major investment in scientific research. It's clear the moment you step on campus. And, the biomedical sciences graduate program is multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, whatever word you want to use. That is actually very valuable, and I found it important to my graduate training. And I'll share why in a second. The program truly has a focus on the foundational skills that are going to be useful in any field. Because it's multidisciplinary, I got to interact with folks outside of my field, which was microbial pathogenesis. Folks in my cohort were doing cancer research, immunology research, cell biology, using techniques that I just normally wouldn't use in the microbiology field, but I got exposure to the way different scientific fields and areas think, how they tackle a problem, and what techniques they might use to answer those problems and answer those questions that perhaps aren't traditional or used often in microbial pathogenesis, and that proved invaluable. And lastly, Ohio State is a large university in a big city. What that means is you can find anything you want here. Diverse communities, sports, there's great food, there's arts. Anything that you want, you can find within Ohio State and within the city of Columbus at large. And lastly, I want to leave you with a few recommendations. If you're considering a career in policy or science policy specifically, First things first, strive for scientific excellence. You're in a PhD program. Learn those basic foundational skills. Get those techniques. Learn how to problem solve. Develop your analytical skills. Develop your critical thinking. These are the skills that you will learn in the BSGP program, and it will prove valuable no matter where you go, whether that's academic research, research in a different setting other than academia, or like me, a career where I don't do research at all anymore, but I still use those foundational skills that were given to me by the Biomedical Sciences graduate program. Second, explore opportunities outside of the lab. Ultimately, I knew I wanted a career outside of the lab, so I left the lab. Always keep a focus on your scientific research. Never, ever let that slip, but take some time away from the lab and see what opportunities are there. And lastly, network. It's you hear it all the time. Network, network, network. However, it is so important because you never know who you're going to meet that is going to introduce you to that next person, set you up for that job interview, or provide an opportunity to volunteer or learn a new skill that you didn't even think you wanted, all because you were open, talked to folks, talked about your interests, um, and ultimately, that's what networking is. So good luck to you. Thanks for considering the Biomedical Sciences graduate program, and hope you have a great day.